just to complete the first round, András, the new Commission has made energy union a key goal. How does the integrated roadmap help us move down the path to energy union?
Thank you, Gail. And before answering, I would like also to thank to those many people who made this fantastic event possible, both here in Italy and also in our respective DGs whom we are here representing. Now, to come to the answer, the political background for this answer has been given by our first speakers in the first session. So indeed, as Maria, I am also turning more to the technical basis for all this, because I am absolutely convinced that the road to the integrated roadmap contributes significantly to build this resilient energy union with the climate change policy which looks forward. Research and innovation is, as it has been said already by Director General Ristori as well, is one of the 5 pillars of the energy union. But in fact, technological development is a cross-cutting and overarching issue to make that energy union possible. It binds together, it links the other 4 pillars as well. The pillars on security of supply, on internal energy market, on moderating the demand and decarbonizing the energy mix. All these pillars are expected to deliver concrete actions. The first 4 pillars, mainly policy actions, policy measures, new regulation, and similar. But this would not be possible if the technological basis, the science basis, would not be there. But also, these policies give inspiration to science and research, which way to go, what to explore, how to help to prepare a conducive framework for the energy union. So a big value of this document that it is a real basis for an action plan, so concrete actions in various technologies and linking those various technologies in an optimized energy system. The large amount of discussions, exchanges among those many stakeholders really made it possible to come up with those technologies which are of most interest to countries, groups of countries, and which are really the basis for the forthcoming actions. So this is what I expect from it, and really look forward for the next phase of this work.
Thank you, András. Okay, Giovanni, the JRC conducted an evaluation of the SET plan in 2012. What is new in this document toward an integrated roadmap, and how does it explain how the SET plan is being updated?
Thank you, Gail. And having the privilege to work at home, let me also thank, first of all, the organizing committee. So if I do thank Riccardo, I just want to thank all the people behind him and coordinated by him from the different ministries, from ENEA, and of course, the representative from the European Commission who did go through many exhaustive discussions and meetings to organize this meeting. So thank you very much. Now, if you ask me how we think this document, whether it does represent really a step ahead, whether it's useful or not, what is the novelty of this? My answer immediately is yes, but. Yes, because, as it was already said, I am very much convinced it is the very first integrated way to look at the system. So now, finally, we have no more excuse, no, because we can understand where the really needs are for the entire chain, for the entire energy system, not just technology. As Mairie said in the beginning, we were focused on technology. Now we understood that it's clear the energy system needs supply, demand, and the system in between. So whenever we found a new solution, it should go across the chain, should not be just focused one technology, not even one technology, but one side of the problem. So I think that this is finally an integrated, transparent document developed together with many stakeholders. So it's very clearly consented first integrated view of the system. So now we know where we need to insist, where we need to develop our knowledge. And so this, I think, is extremely important. When I hear the three representatives from the member states saying that they're willing to share their future plans, is honey to our ears. But of course, we need the starting point, which is consented, which is not biased, and therefore is a real starting point for everybody. So I think that this document is transparent, is shared, is solid, is robust, and so it represents also a long-term view. It's not just Horizon 2020, but even more. So it's also a very good basis for investors, public and private. I simply said at the beginning, yes, but, because I said many reasons why it is important, what is new, but it seems to me that, however, now, as we said already, we need the following actions. We need action. We need really new programs, because this is just the necessary starting point. But if the following action, if the following concrete projects will not follow, then would be in vain. So this is my very clear answer. Yes, very important, decisively important, but it's just the first step of a process which has to be quickly go to this final goal, which is, again, how to solve the citizen problems and how to develop a robust, long-lasting, intelligent energy system.
Thank you for setting up my next question, which I would like to just have a short round. You've all been grappling with this integrated roadmap for months, if not longer. What is the most important priority? You have to pick one. And I start with Bob, and then you can just go down the line. What is the most important priority for ensuring that it is effective and it does exactly what Mairie and András and Giovanni have just explained, that it looks at the whole supply chain and addresses it in a way that we haven't up to now?
Well, as Mairie said, the first thing is to put the consumer at the heart of the system. And if it's any measure of success, we in Ireland are writing a new energy policy white paper, and that's the first priority of the national policy, to put the consumer at the heart of the energy system. So I hope that's a bit of a visible statement of intent and a statement of commitment to the European vision. I think it is the most important thing. We have been researching technology for technology's sake and to make sure that we can do things well, but we need to move the balance of power from the technology producers to the users so that they have the information, they have the control, they have the ability to manage their own use of energy. So putting the consumer at the heart is, for me, the most important priority.
Thank you. Geog?
I can answer very shortly. I think I continue with that what the Santi has said. I think the most important priority is that we start with common projects. That is, in my point of view, the most crucial issue, that we start now with the common projects. It doesn't. It's independent where we start. We have to start in any case, in any technology. And this is an issue of improvement of the set plan. I have always said this in the meetings of the steering group, that the set plan has to be visible with common projects. We have already on the way, but it's not enough. And I think the most important issue is to start now with the common projects.
Thank you. Mairie?
Thank you. I fully agree with Georg, and as a researcher, I see here a system approach to this problem, covering all this system, starting from basic research to market uptake, and it's very important issues, not only one technology in the middle, but from the one part to the end of product to this market.
Okay, thank you. Mairie?
I see two, if I'm allowed, aspects of it.
Only since you're a woman.
I know I'm only supposed to give one. I'll give a second one, though, because I think it's the thought process behind what's going on here. The thought process is moving from the input side of energy to the output side. And by that I mean the services that we get from energy. Why do we need energy? We need energy for 3 reasons. We need it for heating and cooling. It's 46% of the energy we use. We need it for mobility, which is 33% today. And we need it for power, which is 21%. And I think when we start to look at energy from that perspective, it changes the way we look at the whole system. But I think the roadmap and the implementation of the roadmap perhaps presents a really, not so much a challenge, but rather an opportunity. And it responds in some way to the comments that were made in the earlier presentations this morning. I heard repeatedly a concern expressed about the fragmentation of our research effort in Europe and the difficulty of bringing it together. And of course, at European level, working with the Member States, the Commission does support joint actions, joint programming efforts. But the difficulty is that, firstly, our capacity is limited, our funding is limited, and if that's the only way you can have collaboration, Brussels then becomes the bottleneck because of the limited capacity. So I think the implementation of the roadmap in one key respect is to learn from, shall we say, our children, and to use social media and to open up this whole space across Europe. And if I can maybe just illustrate here on the slide, one of the things that we want to do, building on this roadmap, is to take the themes and open a portal on the internet where those who are active in an area can put their name in the box. No more, no less than that. It's no more complicated. We won't screen it. We won't say you're good, you're bad, you have money, you don't have money. If you're interested, if you're active in that space, put your name in there. And that allows the social contacts that we get through Facebook, LinkedIn, all of these things. So adopting these new social media technologies and opening it to the research space in energy across all of the member states, hopefully will be at least one step in terms of putting together the currently fragmented research approach that we have in Europe. And this opportunity will be opened on the CETIS site from January. And we hope that researchers in Europe, not just from universities, but research institutes, from industry, will feel comfortable about putting their name there and then starting to dialogue with each other without always having to come through Brussels.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Giovanni? Your top priority for effective implementation.
Yes. In fact, I don't want to give any prioritization for technology or technical aspect because they are all irrelevant. So I wouldn't say any. They are all equally important. For me, the key question in front of us to take off will be to find sound, intelligent financing mechanism for the implementation of the SET plan. This is by far the most important, which will be suitable to all member states because there are different economic situations in the different member states in Europe. This is something that we need to recognize. And so we need to find a way that will make possible to all member states in a different way to participate to the implementation of this action plan. So the financing mechanism, in my view, getting profit for Horizon 2020, as Mr. Nocha said already, but also from structural fund. So we need to end, of course, public and private investment. This is the key issue that I think we need to solve, and this is in front of us. Thank you.
Do we know how much we need? Actually, the first version of the SET plan had a number on it. Does the integrated roadmap have a number?
I think also Mr. Dominique Ristori already mentioned that we are talking about 100 billions per year in investment.
Billions.
So it's clear that whatever we can put on table from Commission is just a facilitator. It's nothing more than this. So it's clear that we want to stimulate, as Maria already said, we need to see first the common projects, synergies from the different member states and also private sectors. And then the Commission can come along. But we are talking about 100 billions per year.
Okay, thank you. Part of the 24 trillion, I guess. András.
Yes, since Giovanni spoke about the investment and the financial basis, what I expect, because we are already spending very heavily, both public and private, via implementing the roadmap and via the actions, much higher impact, a much higher value for the money. Because coordination can mean also complementarities, can also mean joint actions, but in any case, a kind of optimization, more value for the money we already spend or will be spending. So that's one. And I also take the opportunity to have two. And the other one, indeed, which was mentioned already in a different way, visibility. Visibility also in those countries and those stakeholders who have not joined up yet. Because let's be clear, the result of this tremendous work is not entailing yet, if you wish, 28 or more countries. It's a good number of countries, but not all of them who, in any logical thinking, should have a big say because they have big problems or they have a lot to offer. So these two I am expecting.
Okay, thank you.